Hello Booktube and all of you watching this video on YouTube. I'm Tim and this is another episode of Tim's Book Talk. In this episode I just want to talk about people that are on a budget like me. I'm on a tighter budget of how ways you can do read books and make Booktube videos without spending much money, little or very little money or no money, depending on how tight your budget is. First of all, the best place for reading books for free is if you live in a town that has a public library. You can usually residents of the town can get a free library card, or you can go check out books there. Don't be afraid to check out books from the library. There are several people that do it. There are several people on Booktube that does that. I've seen library book calls. If you don't have a library in the town you live in, I was in that situation for several years and with the family, but I used to live in a small town around 20 miles from Rockford, and the only library that we got to check out books for free was at a community college or a 2-year college since I was in one of the communities that supported the library, my family could check out books from there. They had a small children's section, and they had a lot of classics and other books there. That not as many as you'd find in a lot of regular libraries, other than just for the books are like doing research and stuff, but still they had several books there that you could check out and read. Okay, next up, this one would take a little bit of money, but it's still a lot less than what you'd pay for a new book. That's thrift stores. Like you've seen me showing some thrift store hauls, and with these thrift store hauls, I paid like 79 cents for paperbacks and $1.29 for hardcovers. Well, considering that anymore, it seems like it's hard getting a paperback for under $10. And I did my last thrift store haul, I think I spent under $10, and I had several books included in that. The other places are like antique stores and malls. You can find that you can usually find a booth with books at them. Also used bookstores, and then you have half price books. A lot of people have viewed my video for my half price books book call. It was a half price books clearance store that we had in town. Fortunately, they found a new location and they're reopening in a week, but they were having a closing sale back in March, and but anyway, most usually there you didn't spend more than $3 on a book there. Some of them look like they've never been opened and stuff, or never been touched. So those are ways that you can get books cheap. And you don't have to get a bunch of books at a time. You can get like 2 or 3 at a time if you're not a fast reader and stuff. Another one I'll just touch on real briefly because my last book talk have covered this pretty well. That was for ebooks. Like I said, I get a lot of books from Project Gutenberg and many books that they're classics that are, and they're mainly books. They're books that are in the public domain, which means their copyrights haven't been renewed, and they're usually from the early 1920s and before. There's some a little later, like a lot of the Rick Grant books are like the 50s are in the public domain now. Those are like a children's book where, but you can find many of those books on, download them from Project Gutenberg, and also many books. And I'll put links for those sites down below. And another way you can do it, get them is, of course, from the Nook and Kindle websites, and a lot of these books that are in the public domain, you can find ebook version for free. I'm showing you this right now. I just recently got this. This is e-reader that I just recently got. Like maybe 2 weeks ago, if even that. My wife and I were in a store, and I came up noticed that this is Amazon Kindle Fire 5th generation. But the reason why I got it was the price. It was $50 for it, and that's a pretty good price for it. It's and it's around some of the latest technology and stuff. Anyway, the reason why I'm showing you it is one collection of ebooks that I like downloading when I see them is the Wise House collection. And here's Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It's the next James Bond. Not James Bond. Sherlock Holmes book that I'll be reading, and I got it for free because a lot of these Wise House classics are books that are in the public domain, and they have ebooks on both Amazon and Barnes & Noble for the respective ebook readers. And also you can get them in a paperback format for under $10 if you want it in a physical book. But I get them in the ebook, and the cover of the regular book will be similar to this that you see on the display here. Also, I get ways you can get free and reduced price ebooks is, like I said last time, on the Many Reads newsletter, the daily newsletter that's free and reduced price ebooks. And those are newer books in any popular format or many popular genres and in various formats. I've mainly downloaded free ones through that. Also, you can check on the Amazon and Barnes & Noble's websites for their books, seeing what books you can get for free or reduced price also. And also, if you have a YouTube account, like you have to for these Booktube videos, you automatically have a Google Plus account too, Well, there's different communities on Google Plus for with books and reading. You can, and at times people like authors will post on uh, their books that are for free for like certain days, for free to download. And you can go to follow the links for those and get books for free or reduced price. Okay, now to talk about, told you ways to get books on a budget. Next thing is Booktube. Okay, for Booktube, first of all, you don't need to have a fancy camera or anything for it. There's people that use their smartphone, or I use the webcam on my laptop. I've been, yes, I have been doing Booktube videos for a short time, but I've been doing videos on YouTube for over 5 years now. I've been making vinyl community videos for my music collection. And I've always used a webcam. Before I got my laptop that I'm using now, I had used my an old desktop I had, and I just got a external webcam for like $10-15 and used that for making the videos. That's all you really need for making the videos. You might watch some of these videos of people with a lot of viewers and stuff, and trying to tell you how to start with Booktube. Big thing they talk about is editing. I'm stressing it right now. You do not need to edit. Good case in point. Steve Donahue, he does around all of his videos off his iPhone. For a while, he was using an old MacBook Pro for doing his videos webcam on that, because his iPhone had accidentally ended up in the laundry. But on his videos, he does not do any editing at all. Only thing I've edited on my videos on here so far have been the title on it. I add the title to it, and just doing that takes a lot of time because I have to use the editor, and then after it combines everything together for processing everything, it takes a while. For setting it in format uploadable to YouTube. And then you upload it to YouTube. Of course, you need a YouTube account, but that's for free, and you just, I'm not sure if they require you to have set up a Gmail account first of all now, like they did when I first started mine over 5 years ago, or not. So that's pretty much it. And also, there's nobody that can dictate what videos you do. Like, you do not have to do a TBR video. You do not have to do a wrap-up video. You don't have to do all these tags that everybody do. I do, like, I've talked about my health problems in some of my past videos, and I was going to do a TBR video, but there was a book I was over half done with, but I did his 24-hour readathon a little over a week ago, and also that week before that, last week before that, I finished off like 4 or 5 other books. And that book that I was reading for the readathon, I read over 250 pages, and with my health problems, I was not able to read for 2 or 3 days after that. I had overdone it. So instead of doing a monthly wrap-up, what I'm going to do is I'll probably start doing what I'll call Tim's Reads, where after I finish a book and start another one, I'll show what I've talked about, what I finished and what I'm starting to read. See, I'll just tell you the long book that I finished reading. I finally finished it back on Thursday. That was the Tom Clancy book, Without Remorse. This is actually the first book. It's actually the first book in the Jack Ryan universe, as they call it. It deals with the character Mr. Clark that's in some Jack Ryan books. But this dates back well before Jack Ryan comes onto the scene. It goes back to the Vietnam War and stuff. And it tells about how Mr. Clark, or John Clark, started working for the CIA. And the book I'm reading now, I'll show you that quick. It's an autobiography. It's Dolly, My Life and Other Unfinished Business by Dolly Parton. It's an autobiography. I'm still early on in the book. It's, like I said, I'm a music collector, and so I have books with that too. But so far it's still talking about her childhood, and there's already a lot of laughs in it. Well, that's all I have for you this time. So until next time, take it easy and keep on reading.